Are you saying my money's all gone? But I made all the right moves, didn't I?
Oh, yes, sir.
Every move a right one.
I see it all now. You're just a bunch of yes men. I was making the wrong moves and you were too gutless to tell me. Isn't that right?
Yes. Oh, yes, sir.
Right on, sir.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and a bit of an update from Disney as they appear to be scrambling to find any possible way to reopen, as the park lost over $1 billion as reported yesterday, and earnings down nearly 60%. This has been an unmitigated disaster for Disney, whether it's the fact that they can't release their new movies because, quite frankly, theaters aren't open to show those movies, or if it's a fact that their parks all around the world can't be open right now due to concerns over getting sick. Now, there's been several developments, starting here with this article on Fox. Disney Parks shares proposed safety protocol for reopening is exploring a phased approach. Why might that be? Why might that be? Well, Disney reports 58% drop in operating income from parks and cruises, its worst hit segment. Disney reported mixed results in Q2 2020 earnings after the bell on Tuesday. Everything that is going on right now has disrupted Disney's theme park and cruise lines, but is expected to boost engagement on streaming services like Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and Hulu. Geez, I didn't know they owned Hulu as well. Now, Disney takes $1 billion hit in earnings from the COOF. Shanghai Park already ready to reopen Monday. I would expect all of this to happen very quickly. After a quick look at the stocks from Disney over the past couple days has been absolutely savage. If I pull that up real quick, it has been brutal. If we look at the 5-day for Disney, just in the 5-day, it's dropped from $110 a share down to $101. That's almost a 10% drop in just the last 5 days. They are hemorrhaging cash. Hemorrhaging. You're talking about market cap of $183 billion here. So when it goes down $10, it is super damaging. The Walt Disney Company, like other businesses facing a steep decline in business due to everything going on right now, on Tuesday reported a $1.4 billion cut in its earnings from the COOF and other factors, and outlined how its Shanghai park would reopen. On Tuesday conference call with analysts, Disney said its total operating income fell 37% to $2.4 billion for the 3 months ending March 28th, compared with the same period last year. Revenue rose 21% to $18 billion. Disney decided to close its parks in mid-March due to the growing number of cases, and it has crushed them. As Florida and other states in the United States slowly begin to reopen, Disney has not said when and how it will reopen Walt Disney, Orlando, or Disneyland Resort in California. Also on Tuesday announced its Shanghai Disneyland Resort in China would reopen Monday, May 11th. That's just 5 days from now. China has gradually been reopening its economy, seeing the number of new cases has dropped sharply. Now, interestingly, the Shanghai Disneyland will implement new and enhanced health and safety measures, reflecting from the guidance of local health and government authorities. Disney said that the new safety protocols will include limiting attendance and requiring advanced ticketing and reservations, accommodating for social distancing in queues, restaurants, rides, and other parts of the park, and increased sanitization and disinfection. I'll tell you what, for me, this is the time to go. If you're young and you're not worried about it, this is the time to go to Disneyland, it seems like. Shorter lines, you're not rubbing shoulders with everybody, impose social distancing. This sounds like my kind of theme park experience.
Yes! Yes! Oh, cool!
The company reopened parts of Shanghai Disneyland in early March. On March 9th, the theme park reopened, limited shopping, dining, and recreational experiences in Disneytown, Wishing Park, and Disneyland Hotel. Disneytown and Wishing Park are comparable to Disney Springs at Disney World and Downtown Disney District in Disneyland. While there are no guarantees these measures will transit the United States park, Disney experts say becoming more likely American Disney's can expect increased queues, reservations, and fewer crowds when opening. Well, I'm going to guess that given this article, Disneyland reports 58% drop in operating income from parks and cruises, it's going to be sooner than later. Disney reported results for Q2 2020 after the bell on Tuesday. The stock jumped around on the news of the report, but was down more than 2% after hours following the earnings call. Everything going on right now has disrupted Disney's theme parks and cruise businesses, but boosted engagement on its newly launched streaming service, Disney+. Not enough, obviously, to offset everything going on right now, but it'll be interesting to see if Disney cranks up any promotions on Disney+ or Hulu now that everyone's at home, or if they're more inclined to release films on Disney Plus at that $20 price mark to try and get some money into the coffers. I'm going to guess that is going to happen. Wall Street had been anticipating the earnings per share of 89 cents on revenue of 18 billion based on consensus estimates. However, it's difficult to compare reported earnings to analyst estimates for Disney's second quarter as everything continues to make things difficult. This was Bob Chapek's first earnings call. Welcome. It's awfully convenient that so many powerful CEOs quit right before this. I'm just saying, awfully convenient. It would be his first call in February. Disney is suspending its dividend payout for the first half of the fiscal year. CFO Christine McCarthy said on the call that the move would preserve $1.6 billion in cash, assuming the dividend held at a consistent 88 cents per day. What does all this mean? Well, I think it means that some of the rumors of the parks opening up sooner are likely to be true. As of just 3 hours ago, I'm sure it has nothing to do with the stock plummeting last night. I'm sure it has nothing to do with losing $1.4 billion. Disney Parks shares proposed safety protocol for reopening and is exploring a phased approach. I'm going to guess that they're going to start reopening by June. That's what my estimate is. I'm curious what you have to say. It's going to be like a whole new world when Disney Parks in the U.S. finally reopen. Dr. Pam Himmel, the chief medical officer for Disney Parks, has outlined several, quote, enhanced safety measures its U.S. resorts are considering ahead of reopening to the public, including phased reopening and new physical distancing guidelines. The announcement, which was posted on Disney Parks' blog, came shortly after the Shanghai announced its reopening on May 11th and after closing in January due to everything going on. Quote, after so much time at home, I know many of you are eager to enjoy the magic of Disney Parks. We can't wait to welcome you back, she wrote in a Tuesday blog post, adding that Shanghai's Disneyland reopening was an encouraging sign. She noted that park officials, as well as local government and health authorities, were working to develop a number of new protocols for reopening its parks, resorts, retail areas, starting with an idea of phased reopening, which may include the opening of Disney's retail and dining areas before the park. That's likely what will happen. I think what you're going to end up doing is you're going to have a lot of public outrage right away from people that are home and scared. The doomers, as I like to call them.
Welcome to Nuka World, America's favorite vacation destination. I'm Cappy. Oh, and I'm Bottle. And we're here to make sure you have FUN fun during your time at the park.
What if there was a place with all the zip of Nuka-Cola?
But ultimately, I think we'll be surprised how many people actually go to the park. At first, when I started making this video, I thought, boy, is this, is anyone even going to show up? But now that I've been thinking about it more and thinking about my own reaction to it, like if I lived in Orlando, would I go to Disneyland right now? Yeah, I probably would. I'm not worried about it. Call me stupid. I know some people will. But if it was open and they had social distancing stuff in place, and let's say, everyone has antibacterial spray and maybe they required masks or something like that, would I go? Yeah, I'd probably be open for it. I mean, maybe in a few more weeks once we see some more data. By the time they actually reopen anything, it's probably going to be another month down the road. So we're going to see even more data. We're going to see a better handle on things, hopefully. We're going to have more data from cities that are opening. I look at my own theme park here in Gurnee Mills, Illinois. It's the closest one I have, Great America. It's my wife's favorite place on earth to go, even more than Disneyland. And she's already getting antsy wondering when they're going to open. Quote, we're looking at all of our locations and how to best begin the reopening process, including a gradual reopening or partial reopening of certain locations. For example, the opening of retail. They're going to get a lot of data by seeing what happens when they reopen their park in China, although how much you want to trust that data, that's up to you. The blog post suggested that as part of the screening and preventative measures, cast members will undergo enhanced training and be wearing PPE, like masks inside the park. Hemmel was unclear if Disney was considering requiring masks of guests as well. Parks are also planning for enhanced sanitization methods, especially in high traffic areas. More hand sanitized and hand washing stations have already been installed across the parks. By the way, this is just a good thing going forward. I for one am a big fan of when places have the antibacterial soap like available easily. By the way, hands free, please. Don't make me press a button to get it. This is just good. And there's a lot of the world that is just always going to be forever changed from this. Things will never be back exactly the same. I think you're going to go from, I remember seeing in airports, I'd always see somebody wearing a mask. It's usually somebody who is Asian. You know, if I was in like O'Hare or something like that, you know, you'd always see Asian folks wearing masks. I think now you're going to see a lot more just everyone else wearing masks, and that's just going to be something that sticks around. And like I've often said, there's going to be people that just don't return to movie theaters after all of this. There's going to be people that just never return to theme parks after all of this. And especially if you're in the at-risk group, I can understand feeling that way. What these parks are going to do to keep people feeling clean and safe, I think is just a good move going forward. I've often talked about all the good that has silver lining from all this. Companies learning that, hey, we can operate remote. Huge pushes in technology now with dual releases on films, something I support, something that, you know, I'll still go to the movie theater. I'm not like that. But it's a great option for people who are at risk or people who are concerned or just don't want to go. And there will be times that I rent movies online simply because it's more convenient, or, you know, it's 11 o'clock at night and a new movie came out and I'm like, hey, I want to watch it and I don't want to go to the theater right now. I think that's going to be it's time to start focusing on some of the silver linings here and the good that will come out of this. People will be more aware. People will be more clean. People will be safer. Technology will have advanced. And we're going to have to see what Disney and Hollywood, for example, do in response to all of this. I'm looking forward to reading all your comments in the comment section down below. We'll talk to you again real soon.